So, Dwayne, congratulations. Tell the audience what your business does.
Technically, Dynamic Automotive does automotive repair and maintenance, but as I said, we help our customers and our communities grow and thrive.
Now, what does that mean? How do you do that?
Sure. Well, we have two taglines. One of them is where customers become friends, which was given to us by a customer. A newer one, we redid our mission, vision, values about 5 years ago, and I went around to our team as we rolled them out, and I told them, I said, I want you all to be proud of what you do, who you are, and you make so much more of a difference than just fix their cars. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, you give them safety, security, the ability to have a better job, be able to go to a sporting event with their kids. So we had keep lives moving forward is what we do with our customers and our communities, because it's much more. We just do it through fixing cars, but that's what we do.
You know, so it's interesting because you applied to the Co 100 as an enduring business, but really you could have entered in a number of categories. You could have entered in the customer service category, you could have entered in the customer culture category, which is part of the reason we chose you, because I feel like you exemplified all of those things. So let's talk about the customer service piece. You say that you know, where customers become friends. What does that mean? Like, can you just give an example of a real life example of how you might treat a customer differently than maybe your competition?
Okay. Well, I look at it like we don't have competition. We're our own competition, but we take time. You know, that's the one thing we have and we sell is our time and our expertise. I encourage our team to take a minute, to take 5 minutes. You know, you see a car come in that has a soccer team on it and your kids in soccer, talk to them about that. Make that personal connection. We're in an industry, I mean, we're dealing with usually the second biggest expense they ever have, which is a vehicle over their home. There's trust issues, and I figure the best way to build trust is to build a rapport and relationship, and we want our team to do that. Take the time. We may not be the most efficient because of that, but I think the net outcome of that pays off, because it's not, do I really need this? Is this what's best for me in my car?
Sure, yeah, and I feel like going to get your car fixed is not where you expect to be delighted by customer service. So.
Most people fear going there of what we take. It's like going to the doctor. What are they going to tell me I need today? You got to have those talks. You have to, but why not make it a little more enjoyable? That's what we love about it. I mean, fixing cars is good. I mean, I've always enjoyed that, but I really enjoy the relationships that we build. It lets us walk away from a bad day and say we helped 100 people today with something that was really, I mean, when their car is broke and they're stranded, that's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things I think that makes your company unique is the way you address the need to attract, train, and retain employees in an industry where you need skilled employees who know how to fix a car. I imagine that no matter what business everybody here in the audience is in, they have the same challenges. They need to attract and retain employees. So can you tell us about, you have a unique program for that?
Yeah, we started 9 years ago 2 apprenticeship programs, a high school version and a after high school version, because you can be any age to learn. And we started it because people had lost interest in our industry. It's hard for a young person to want to work on cars when they can't touch them anymore. When I grew up, I could work on my own car. You can't touch a car today and be safe doing it. So we created some programs and put a lot of structure in there that basically they knew their path, what they were going to do for the next 3 years, and they came out exceptional. Far ahead in what they would have been if they weren't in the program, and it started filling our pipeline of young talent. But what we also learned from that was that, wow, if we have a structured career path for someone that's just starting the industry, why don't we have one throughout the industry, even for a small business, Like, how do we do that? Well, we started finding out what our team's goals were, 1, 3, and 5-year goals, and then creating career paths to customize it. It's not perfect every time, but I tell you, it's really helped with attracting more experienced people, not just the young, and then the retention. When you develop your team and your people, they stay with you. It's more than money. They feel that they're a part of something.
Yeah. So you didn't start this company, but you started this company as a part-time employee making minimum wage, right?
Yeah.
After you served in the military. And that's, an impressive path from starting there to where you are today. And so even for people who did start their companies, I guess I just wanted you to tell us a little bit about that journey. How did you travel from being a beginner to really running the successful company?
Right. Yeah, I had definitely a interesting journey because I very much an introvert, which most people will not believe. My business partner is about one of the few people left that remembers me being that way. But I loved fixing cars, and that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to talk to people. But as times changed and I grew and I knew I wanted to actually be in business and bought in, I worked on myself to get out there, and it just became more about people. I haven't touched a car to work on in probably 10 years. But it's more about the people and working with them. But I had to put myself out there and be willing to be uncomfortable so that we could grow as a company, which then has allowed our team to grow. So I use myself as an example for them as I challenge our team, like, go to a Dale Carnegie training, go in front, talk in front of a school class. They're petrified, but when they do that, I said, you raise your value and your confidence, and people look at you as a leader.
What is your best advice to someone just starting out, or someone who hasn't even started yet, but really has like a burning dream, burning desire to start their own business?
2 things. Invest in your team. Always, invest in yourself so you keep learning, but invest in your team. A lot of my peers and other business owners are afraid that if they invest, these people may leave and take those resources with them. I say, well, if there's a good chance they'll stay. But invest in them, and then also, when you can, invest in the community. I think it's the fastest way for a small business to be successful is to invest in the community that you serve.
We didn't talk about that, but your company does a lot of community. I don't want to call it community service, but you're very involved in your community.
Yeah, we put our shops not on a main main highway. We put them in communities. And we do that because that's part of where customers become friends, is we get that relationship model because we see the same customers year over year. As Lee, my business partner, will say, they've had people bring in their kids from the hospital, like, they just had a newborn and they bring them by. We've seen multiple generations. We're at least on our 3rd generation now. So to see families, we're there for their successes, and unfortunately, we've been there for all their losses too. We've been to more funerals than I care to ever mention.
Well, thank you so much. It was really a pleasure, and we really look forward to working with you throughout the year. So everyone, please join me in congratulating Dwayne and Dynamic Automotive.